Warm greetings from North Adams, a small city nestled within the foothills of the Taconic and Green Mountains. Surrounded by extraordinary natural places, the city also harbors many remnants of an industrial heyday. Its skyline dotted with 19th century church spires and its roads lined with outsized mills. Through the middle of it all flows the Hoosic River, which sustained the industries of this western Massachusetts city until the 1940s. The Hoosic is no longer harnessed for power, but for many, it offers respite and tranquility. And just outside the city center, the river shows its wildness, running clear and cool as a mountain stream. In fact, it is one of the only large rivers in Massachusetts still supporting a native trout fishery. But our beautiful river also has a dark side. The Hoosic has periodically overflowed its banks, flooding whole sections of the city. So in the 1940s, the Army Corps of Engineers was asked to manage these floods. Their solution was encasing the river in 2.5 miles of concrete chutes, which have indeed saved the city. However, imposing vertical walls 10 to 20 feet high, with 45-foot concrete floor, has transformed the river, eradicating habitat, curtailing access, and partitioning the city. This engineered solution for containing the river destroyed its beauty and its ability to support fish and other stream life. The Hoosic in downtown North Adams is an inaccessible, unattractive, and inhospitable scar running through the city. After more than 60 New England winters, the pounding of spring meltwaters, and a few hurricanes, the chutes are now showing their age. Several 20-foot wall panels have collapsed. If they are to continue to protect the city, these aging structures need expensive repairs. With so many reasons to rethink our flood control system, a group of residents formed the Hoosic River Revival to explore if a 21st century flood management system could protect North Adams while also bringing the river back to life. Fortunately, there are many examples of successful projects which combine river restoration and flood control. Denver, Colorado built amphitheater steps down to the water at the confluence of the Platte and the South Platte rivers. It's designed to be inundated by the annual spring floods, yet it provides community recreation space the rest of the time. Functional steps instead of a barrier wall contain floodwaters. As the river returns to normal flows, the water drains off. Confluence Park proved so popular that Denver expanded upriver with bike and pedestrian trails inside the formerly concrete channelized river. To enhance habitat, a low-flow channel for fish and recreation was also created, complemented by greenery along the riverbanks and trails. Many cities have embraced river restoration and the multiple benefits it brings. In Rhode Island, South Carolina, California, and even South Korea, cities have rediscovered their rivers. Studies of these river transformations prove what most of us already believe. An accessible, beautiful waterway draws tourists, supports city businesses, and enhances the quality of life for wildlife and people. Because the Hoosic's 2 branches flow right through the city, restoring the river will open connections to the city's historic, recreational, and cultural assets. The possibilities are tantalizing. Open-air markets, riverside events, urban orchards, agriculture, fishing, and public art. A visionary transformation of our former mills is evidence of a new era and shifting economy for North Adams. This once idle mill is now alive with artists, its space reworked for living and creativity. And Mass Mocha, a former textile mill complex, now the largest contemporary art museum in the country, straddles both branches of the Hoosic. Enhancing the river corridor with art would be a natural extension of this museum. As with these once empty buildings, creative thinking will also transform our sterile concrete chutes from an eyesore to an asset. Thanks to 8 years of extensive community outreach by the River Revival, with residents, local and state officials, and the Army Corps of Engineers, combined with $800,000 from individuals, businesses, and the state of Massachusetts, our organization, a priority project with the state of Massachusetts, has moved from dream to design. Our Phase 1 location is an area popular with the public and adjacent to downtown. The design has been undertaken by the nationally and internationally recognized firms of Inter-fluve and Sasaki Associates, and the goal is to restore the river in stages, with this first section showing the way for revitalizing the rest of the South Branch and eventually the North Branch. What will a restored river do for North Adams? We're confident it will accomplish 4 major objectives. First of all, it will improve the river ecosystem. Secondly, it will link our historical and cultural resources. Third, it will enhance our quality of life. And lastly, of great importance, it will promote economic development for one of the poorest cities in Massachusetts. And of course, we will also maintain or exceed the current flood protection. North Adams is witnessing its next great adventure, a new economy rekindled by the arts, educational opportunities, and recreational activities. The restoration of the Hoosic River is a critical part of this vision. We hope you agree. Supporting the Hoosic River Revival is a good investment. Thank you so much for your interest in bringing our city and our river back to life.